Hello everybody. We're going to talk about spirals today, and I'm going to show you how to upload one, which I've already done here. I will show you how to choose one, and we will also talk about the ones that you can find already in Design Space, and those are available in the Party Foil celebrations. All of these that you see right here. Now, and that's what we're talking about, is some that you can use your foil that you're receiving either in your mystery boxes or that you purchase, because can be at a really good price. And with Valentine's coming up, I thought I'd show you how to make your own, since we don't have any with hearts in them. Okay, so first thing you want to do is go to your search engine, whether it be Google, Bing, whatever. And if you just put in spiral, let me show you what you get. You're going to get all kinds of spirals. You never want to choose one like this. And even like this would be difficult. This is actually a GIF, if you can see it in the very small print. And if you've ever tried making one, like I said, in Design Space, it's near to impossible. You would have to make it in another program like Illustrator or somewhere and bring it in. So if you search spiral SVG, you get all these wonderful ones that you can actually work with. Now, if you were to choose this first one and insert it, you don't have a lot of space to add anything because these black lines are so thick. So take that into consideration when you choose one. The one I chose, I believe is, well, no, that's a JPEG. I think I've passed it. I think it's actually this one. No, there it is. If you pull up, then I'm working on a Windows 10 unit, but you can see down here where it says PNG. That's the kind that's not going to have a background. So if you pull that into there, you will have no background to have to get rid of. Same with this colored one right here. But look how thin it is. That's going to be cutting that foil very, very thin. And if you've worked with it before, just the least little bit of crease or something will get it out of the twirly shape. So I wouldn't choose one like this. Okay? You want it to have some kind of thickness. See, that one's a GIF also. There's a PNG. And it looks workable. You've got a lot of space, except for this center. And we can get rid of that. Okay? So let's right click on that, save picture as, and we're going to do it as spiral because I've got some others in here. We're going to do spiral 3 and click on save. Okay, so we're through with Bing right now. We've got what we wanted. We've got some space in between the lines to work with. And there's many more to choose from. These actually make some neat ones too for parties. And these like this, they'd be good. That one may be a little bit too thin, but that would work. Okay, now let's go back to our Cricut Design Space and see what's already there. Okay, as you can see, I've already uploaded one just to show you that you need this space in between here in order to add the hearts that we're going to add. If you look at this one, and you can kind of tell that it's already going to have a Disney theme. So we're going to look at it, this one. Oh, let's get that one back. This one and this one. The ones that actually I'm subscribed to right now, even though it's access. So it may be in a freebie that's going on right now. Later you might have to pay to get these if you don't cut it while it's on a freebie. Okay, we're getting all these coming in. I'm going to kind of separate them out, and we're going to look at them one at a time. Okay, let's look at this one first. Okay, this one has little diamonds, and those are going to be cut out of the party foil. You would be hanging it from this end or from this end, and then right here it makes a twist, and then the rest of it will twirl down, swirl down, whatever that. I'm going to hide some of this stuff so it's not distracting. So it swirls down from the ceiling or from wherever you're hanging it. Okay, so that's a good one for any party. But no hearts. Then we look at this one. Got wonderful football season going on. Basketball. I don't know why they would. Oh, I just hit the swirl, didn't I? I meant to hit the star. And that's what this one is. Stars. Okay? And it will be just like this one, to where it cuts out the stars. Your stars is going to be your negative space. And what's left behind, which is this, if you didn't have the stars there, you would just have a plain swirl coming down from the ceiling. Or spiral, however you want to word it. Okay, let's hide these. They're distracting for me. Maybe not you. Okay, you can, for a while I know this one was actually part of Access, the one with the stars, because that's where I got the idea of making the one with the hearts. So I'll have to check into that. I know right now with that current update, and it doesn't matter when you're watching this, it may be years after it's been corrected, but there was a problem with the cartridges, so that may be why I'm seeing it too. It may be on one of my purchased ones that's not showing up, and that might be why it's showing up as subscribed. It may not be a freebie this week, because usually those do say free. Okay, now if you wanted hearts on this one or this one, these are both hanging very similar once you cut them out. Only this one has a twist in it, and this one really doesn't. It just kind of the swirl as it comes down just suddenly changes directions. I don't know how to explain it any other way. And I'm going to hide these two right here right now. And I'm just going to show you how to put a few of these in. You need it larger than this to work with. And you need a heart to start off with, if you're doing these for Valentine's. And you could do them for any time. You could add stars to this, diamonds. You could add an initial. Or if you were doing it for a graduation party, you could do, maybe the last two numbers. If it was 2018, you would do 18. or for a birthday party and they're turning 10. You could put 10 in there. Okay, so we need to shrink this heart, and I want to change colors just so you can see it between the lines. Okay, we're going to shrink it, and if I put it right there, that's good. You want to follow the shape of the spiral. So that means you need to tilt it as you go. If you're wanting more than one in there, duplicate it right up here and then tilt it the direction you want it. Don't let it touch this black line down here because it's going to cut if you do. And where the purple is, that's going to be cut out. Okay, so you're just going to have the negative space of the hearts. Now, once you get them spaced, if you want to select them both, see this is grayed out, so it's selected, or it's got the box around it, and you can hit Control and then click on the other one and they're both selected. Or I could have gone like this. Whoops. We got to unselect that. We go like this. Okay, let's get it out of the way. It's following me. Huh. And select them. Okay. Now, duplicate them. Okay. And put it over to the side. Now, let's go back over here to these. Put them together again. And I'm going to go ahead and attach them so that I can duplicate them again over and over, and when I go to move this out of the way, it's not going to move one at a time. It will stay positioned. Okay, now I put it in the position I want it on the swirl. I've got to tilt it a little bit more. And remember, I don't want it to touch that black line. And you could do these one at a time. I'm just trying to save you time by a little bit of time by showing you how to do two. Okay, and while they're selected, I'm going to duplicate them. Okay, this one's going to be tricky because I can't see this. Okay. Okay. If y'all got the drift of how to do it like this, now remember, you don't want any of your hearts touching the spiral cutout. So because you haven't attached these, you can still individually, I'm sorry, you have attached them when you did them, duplicated them. So you can go here and detach them and then singly move them if you need to. Okay? Detach. And this is just a party favor. You know, it depends on if you're going to keep it for next year or if you're going to throw it away, on how particular you want to be in here. I'm too much of a perfectionist, so I have to go in there and probably do each one and get them all spaced correctly. Now, you could also do these a lot smaller. And I'm going to go ahead and duplicate. And you could put them going in a different direction. Go ahead and turn it before I put it there. And who says you can't mix these up together on the same one? Okay? Once you've filled it totally with the hearts that you want on there, you want to go in here and select all. And you want to attach all these. They're not touching anything, so welding's not going to do you any good. You want to attach. Okay? The color doesn't matter because that's being cut out. And that's keeping it in place so that when you go to cut it, let me enlarge that so you can see it. See, it's going to cut out each little heart in your party decoration. Okay, let me cancel this. And I'm actually real quick going to save this. Heart spiral hanging. Okay, now let's go over to the other one that I have opened. This is where we bring it in, and we're going to do it like the star one that you saw a while ago, to where you're adding hearts to it. So, I saved that one a while ago. Do you remember? Was it this one? Okay, so when I go over here, let's go back a step or two. Let's cancel out. I should have canceled before I started the video. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, you've opened your Cricut design space. You've started on a new untitled project. And you go click on, you've already saved the spiral. And you upload. You want to go to Upload Image, Browse, and remember where you saved it. I saved mine to my pictures. And even though these are black in like this, they are they're PNGs, so that's okay. And we named that last one as Spiral 3. So I'm going to click on it, click on Open, and there it is. This is a very simple design, so I'm going to click on Simple because it's already a PNG. It has no background. I don't have to clean this up in any way. And so I click on Continue. This shows me that it is a clean image. And I'm not saving it as a print and cut. I want it as a cut image. So I'm going to click on as a cut image and click on Save. Now this is the only chance you have to title it. If you're going to title it something different, and tag it. Okay? I would definitely recommend doing that. Then click on Save. Now, I've pulled both of these in just to show you a little bit of difference. So to get them into the Cricut design space, you have to click on them. Okay, it's running a little bit slow. My OBS must be, there we go. There's that one. Now let's get the other one. Okay, both of them showed up down here. If I had accidentally clicked on this design and decided I didn't want it, all I have to do is hover over it with my mouse and click on the X. It gets rid of it. Insert image. And here we are with both of them. Let's give it a little bit of space. We're going to pull them over here. And we're definitely going to enlarge the actual spirals. Now, I think we're going to hide this one to start off with and work just from this one. the easier one to begin with as a teaching tool. Okay, we're going to put hearts on it. The heart cannot touch this black area. Okay? And again, we're going to change it to a different color so that we can know that it's not touching it. Go ahead and duplicate it a few times, not too many, and make sure, okay, those are too big, but you know what? It would be perfect for the outside of this spiral. This part where it doesn't have another edge. Now, there's two ways you could do it. I don't recommend this way for a heart, but it is a quicker way. You could actually have it just barely touching right there. Then when you select both of them and weld, when it cuts, it's going to cut around the outside of this heart, and you'll have hearts on your coil coming down from the ceiling, your spiral. Okay, but I'm going to undo. My preferred method for a shape like this would be to tag it with another shape. So I'm going to take the square and make it into a small rectangle by clicking on the unlock, moving it to, we're going to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, while I've got it the size that I want it for these outside ones, I'm going to duplicate it at least once or twice, and we're going to move it over here. Probably should have changed the color on it too so you could see. See, this is the one I have selected. Let's change it to red just so you can see where they overlap. And I'm going to turn it. Oh, I'm also turning my heart so that the cheeks of the heart are here. Let's see. This is how I wanted it. And then I'm going to tag it on both sides from the spiral to the heart. Let's do that a few more times. We're going to tag it red. Tag this one red. Okay, let's put our heart over here. I'm so good at that when I don't bring my mouse in here to work with and I'm just working on my laptop. Okay. Now, one other way you could do this, get your heart in the position that you want it to be. And then position it this way on your heart. Then weld. And then add it to your coil. Okay? Now, I'm going to take that and select those. Now, what I've done is only selected the coil and this heart. It looks like these are selected, but they're not. And I'm going to weld. That puts those two together. Now, I'm going to select those and weld. Select that and weld. Now you ask why I did it separately? Because I've always been told that you can only do 2 layers at a time. So this is actually 3 layers. But look, we've still got the weld there. Because it's only overlapping once. So it's not really a 3rd layer. So there we go. That's a good start for this spiral. Now, you could go all the way around with these. But when you get right here, it's going to touch if you leave them that size. So you need to shrink it a little bit more, tilt it the way you want it, duplicate it, go ahead and add your little tag, which may be a little bit smaller, or you could use that same size, which I've already gotten rid of now. Tag them together and then weld them together. Same process. Okay, now let me hide all these, maybe except for one of the hearts. And we'll pull in this bigger one. Now, where did my heart go? I want this heart to show still. Okay, now remember it had to fit inside here. Now you're going to be able to put a lot more here, and this will fall down from the ceiling because it is thinner, but you've got to make your heart smaller. Okay, so your cut is going to be much more intricate. Okay, this is like 1/4 of an inch. So think about that when you decide on which pattern to choose. Now, I like this, and I would go ahead and do this one. And remember, on the outside here, they could be larger. And you could even start off with a large, and then gradually, duplicate it, make it a little bit smaller, duplicate it, make it a little bit smaller, and just go until your heart's content with these little small hearts. And what I would do with this center, I would put a heart in the middle of that, and I would select it and slice. Oh, and you know what I told you a few minutes ago about 2 layers? It's slicing that you can only do with 2 layers. Not welding. You can weld as much together as possible. See, there we go again, learning together. Actually, that's my old age forgetfulness. Okay, now on the little one at the bottom, if you're going to hang it from this outside one, would have a little heart in it. So you might want to do that if you choose this spiral. Now, all of this is going to be completed, and then it will be on my Huntress Habits Patreon party on Facebook for all my Patreon members to have access to. And you can get access to all of my files for as little as $1 a month by becoming a patron. So these are easy things. I'd love to see you doing them on your own, but when you don't have time and you need those party decorations for Valentine's, just jump on over to my files and you're more than welcome to use what I've already done. Okay, guys, have a great day, and I will see you at the party. Bye.